At number 10 we have The Real Daughter is Back. This manhwa is about Hegla, a half-noble lady who inherited the blood of a lowly maid. An illegitimate child whose position was switched by the duke's maid. A fake child in a simple way. When Helga was a child she always get reminded by her stepmother that Helga is not the real thing. That she is not the child of the duke and a noble, but a child of the duke from another woman. So Helga gave her everything to be recognized as the real daughter, but one day, the real daughter came back alive with the name of Hillian. That night before the real daughter came, Helga prayed to God countless times so that the real young miss never returned. But sadly it happened and make Helga life's a mess. Starting from her stepmother and to the new girl named Hillian. This manhwa really make me frustrated by the first chapters, but because of her plan to take on revenge, I gained the frustration I got with this manhwa. At number 9 we have become the Villainess family. This manhwa is about Sophia with an identity as Siren. A person who derived from an ancient creature used to describe those who could charm, lure, control, and heal others by singing. Years ago, a siren named Sophia was kidnapped by Count Cortez as his prize, and a girl named Arya was born soon after their daughter, subjected to live the life of a siren. Arya had experienced and heard many horrific things, and everyone would do anything to hear her sing to the point of insanity. And with that the emperor, who grew obsessed with her, broke her legs and locked her in a bird cage deep within the imperial palace to hide her and keep her to himself. Broken beyond repair, Arya resigned herself to death, when suddenly the devil Archduke, Lloyd Cardenas Valentine, arrived and whispered, "Should I kill everyone here?" Giving her option by just calling the devil's name. In the end, Arya called the devil, bringing death to all those present except for herself, and with that, Arya breathed her last and died, only for her to return back to her 10-year-old self. And now that she has a second chance of her life, Arya is determined to change her fate as well as the cruel future of her savior, the devil Archduke Valentine. She proposes a contract marriage to him, with a divorce planned of 10 years later, but he has other plans with Sophia. This manhwa is so hot, I'm telling you all that the devil is something you all should focus on. At number 8 we have Please Support Revenge. This manhwa is about Rebellia, a person who thought she was the protagonist of her own story, with the lavish life, lovely parents, sparkling shoes and a garden with butterflies. But when her dad dies, the situation she always faced with is building up the evilness of Rebellia. This evilness give Rebellia the will to take her revenge onto the people who killed and hurt. This manhwa is really interesting and the art style is really good. I love how beautiful Rebellia is. So if you want a manhwa where the female lead gets manipulated then take her revenge afterwards, then this manhwa is for you. At number 7 we have Why the Villainess Have Virtue. This manhwa is about Charlotte, a person who had the strong will to protect his childhood friend from all the enemies who wanted to take the crown from his friend. But when his friend got crowned as the king, she got sentenced to get killed together with her whole family. This made Charlotte really mad that she escaped the death that is waiting for her. While she was running away in the place full of snows, she got stopped by the adopted son of the Archduke and offered her some help. With this little encounter, the plan of Charlotte taking her revenge have been written. This manhwa is really giving me the revenge energy. But I am really mad at Charlotte because of how blind she was when you can clearly feel that she is getting manipulated by the prince. Anyways, if you want a manhwa that can make you mad at something, then this manhwa might be for you. At number 6 we have Even Though I Am the Villainess, I'll Become the Heroine. This manhwa is about Margaret, a person who's been messing with the heroine and destined to get abandoned by the male protagonist, and an extra that is supposed to die. The reason of her undying situation is because she take her own life, and the punishment of the universe on her for taking her life is not being killed until she found the right man for her. But Margaret is the well-known villainess of their kingdom. She was supposed to be the female protagonists, but for some reason she gets the title as the villainess of their kingdom. This manhwa is really interesting because of how Margaret life turned upside down. But this manhwa really confused me, to be honest, but overall it's a good manhwa. At number 5 we have Villainous Maker. This manhwa is about Ayla, a person who got reincarnated into a romance fantasy novel written 10 years ago. On top of that, she became the villainess who cursed the female lead and was killed by the male lead. In order for Ayla to perform the villainous role she got in the novel, she tired to become the real villainess, but her action didn't give it all. So many people think Ayla is soft and warm-hearted person. So in order for her to be the villainess, she got a help from a seemingly dangerous and mysterious man who spoke sweet and demon-like words into her ears. And that's when Ayla started to be the villains of their kingdom and take everything that is supposed to be her. This manhwa is really cute and amazing. The fact that our female is a person who don't know anything about being evil is so cute. And our male lead is so hot that they make a really good combination. At number 4 we have how a time-limited villainess gets revenge. This manhwa is about Milvia, a person who can make gold out of herself. She provide her family gold and everything just to have a high status in the society. But when they face bankruptcy, her family live her in the house wearing her white dress. That time she got punished for something that her family did. And the time she's about to get head, she saw her little sister at the arms of the crown prince without any emotion in her eyes, and her mother who keep on denying the relationship with her. But a miracle happened and she go back to the time before her death. So she decided to take her revenge and spent the night with a man called a Mad Knight. A man who had only been given the Baron title now. The only price for giving her unimaginable wealth is to keep her by her side and pretend to love her. And when they saw each other, she told the Mad Knight that she will give everything his family originally had, in exchange for him to don't let her fall apart while she get my revenge. This manhwa is amazing. It has the real essence of revenge and hatred of the female lead. This manhwa also got my emotion really high. It makes me angry, happy and fulfilled and almost all the reaction I could ever make. So if you want a manhwa that you don't want to forget, then his manhwa is for you. At number 3 we have the beast tamed by the villainess. This manhwa is about Lina, a person who took a beast on her house. She gave this beast a name, food and a place to live. But this is all new to Lina, because she's once an ordinary people who likes to read manga before going to sleep. But when she woke up, she ended up in this novel where she gets the role of the villainess. A villainess who will make the crown prince life like a mess. But because of how Lina treated the emperor, the young beast got tamed by her warmth and started to take her as a woman. This manhwa is really good because of how our villainess change her life and make the table turned upside down. So if you're looking for a manhwa that can excite you, then this manhwa is for you. At number 2 we have I Am Being Raised by the Villains. This manhwa is about a person who thought that she was an illegitimate child of the Duke. But it turns out that she was a complete stranger to their family. But after a year of transmigrating as an extra, she found out that she was on the verge of being kicked out in the mansion, so she decided that she'd rather leave the house on her own than being kicked out. But when she's about to get the freedom from that house, she catch the attention of the psychopathic Duke that's claiming to be her father. And because of the humor that this guy always do this kind of thing and gives all the children he play an island to say, so she got along with him as his daughter because she thought I could get his fortune later on. But a few months later, she would leave his house with a thick bank account. However, her new dad, who regarded her as a toy, came looking for her and held her back to put back in the mansion. After returning home due to dad's persuasion, the families and her dad fought to adopt her. Her uncles and aunts gathered to protect her, and future psychos began to have strange obsessions over her. At number 1 we have Resetting Lady. This manhwa is about Karen, a person who's been dealing with the universe who always replace her for somebody else. She experienced 100 death, 100 reborn at the age of 17. But this time she decided to break that cycle of her life. The life Karen has right now is the novel she read years ago. Karen is the only child of young Jew, a little child who dreams to find her true love. But when she became adult she experienced a lot of heartache including choosing the wrong man for herself. So she broke up with his fiancé and work as a maid to a wealthy family where she get abused and mistreated. But because of that she meet the man of her life that ended up to a marriage. But that didn't stop there because she got poisoned while living at the palace. So when she returned from the past, she's take her revenge to all the person who mistreated her. That's it. I hope you guys have a great time watching this video and figure out what manhwa you should read next. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you like this video. Also share it with your friends who also having a hard time choosing a new manhwa to read.